Welcome to another episode of Stack Your Points. As always, I'm Matt from the My Class and YouTube channel. Let me just tell you from the top, I have talked a lot in the last 5 hours. I've talked more in the last 5 hours than I've expected to talk in a 5 hour time span. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my channel. Brief plug there. I'm joined as always by RJ, who likes to play silly games. RJ, how are you today?
You know what, Matt? I am doing well. I needed people to understand what happened on the live on Thursday. I will, like I said, I will change my background back, but I needed them to understand how fun our lives are so people join us on our Thursday lives because they are a treat and a joy.
You nominate Hyatt points, all right? Fine, I did it. I did the thing. I said it. Whatever. That's fair. No, definitely join the lines. 8:30 on Thursdays. Greatly appreciated if you do. We're also joined by Craig, the guy who got me this hat that I'm wearing that says Chicago Sox. Craig, how are you today?
I am doing all right. It's been a long day, but I'm here with some of my favorite people. You have finally a sustainably awesome hat on. So I'm happy. I'm good. We're here for it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's so much nicer.
You get to see the cowlick right there.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
great.
Southside, baby.
Totally fair. US guaranteed field. One day I will go. Is it guaranteed rate field now? I don't know.
Please don't go. I like you and I enjoy your safety.
That's fair. That's fair. And we're always, as always, joined by Lonnie from the Call Me Lonnie YouTube channel. Lonnie was also ping ponging around today, as referenced in his live. I always have to find an Easter egg. Lonnie, how are you doing today?
Yeah, today was hot. It still hasn't calmed down yet. As well, the people that are watching this have no idea that we were recording late because of me, but it went literally up until the wire of one thing after another. But I want to wear a hat too, so I'm going to go grab a hat real quick. But the only one I have is the one I wore earlier, so
I can tell you right now, it's a Marvel hat.
Black
Ooh,
Panther it
Black
is.
Panther. There we go. So I called out that it was a Marvel hat. I just didn't see what it was because you were wearing it reverse in the video.
And I will probably turn it around because this is a stiff bill and I like it really stiff. So when I don't want it like digging into my forehead, not
Yeah.
uncomfortably, then I turn it around.
There we go.
Here we go.
So
I felt
there you
left
go.
out, so I put a hat on too.
Wow, the hat quotient is tripled today.
We
Sorry,
all have
wait,
a hat.
doubled. I forget that RJ always wears a hat.
We
Damn
all
it.
have our own hat to wear. We got to have a hat pun for the title now. We'll figure it out as we go. Let's just keep it moving.
Chapeau a dos? I don't know.
Don't
Anyway,
force it, Matt. Don't force it.
you know what? Sometimes I just like putting a hat on a hat. Anyway, we'll move out of questions because I have annoyed everyone enough. Let's jump into some news. We do have one piece of late breaking news that happened literally like an hour before the podcast. It feels like it was an hour before the podcast. It was a little bit more than an hour before the podcast. Rakuten let slip that they're going to start allowing Built as a cash out method for your Rakuten cashback. So they have the big fat check, they have PayPal as an option, and they have membership reward points. You can turn your Built cashback, I'm sorry, your Rakuten cashback into membership reward points at a penny a point. They're also going to be adding Built, and this leaked probably by Rakuten because somebody was super excited about it. Some intern who's paying his rent is super excited about it. And we don't know the full terms on it yet, but we do know that this is going to be an option. And on the plus side, Rakuten pays out quarterly. So you're not going to be able to amass like 100,000 points in a day and get those immediately and then do it again. But over the course of the quarter, you could amass like 400,000 points. Going around the horn, what thoughts do we have here? Lonnie, what you got?
There's pros and cons to both of this. One, I'm not opposed to built points because they transfer to like almost everyone.
Everybody?
Yeah. Incredibly versatile. And it's like which airline, which hotel. I know it's not every airline, so don't come at me. But period, they have a lot of different transfer partners, which makes that uniquely valuable. But the thing is, unless you're going to transfer them out, there's really no reason to use them. Like you're going to get 1.25 if you're going to use their travel portal, but when their travel portal, you know what you're going to do? You're going to book a hotel or airline or Blade Ride because they killed the travel portal. Still waiting on that one to come back. Anyway, so that's the good and the bad on that side. But MR points are MR points. But at the same time, it's almost the same thing. You got to have a level of bougie for MR points. And I'm going to call it what it is. So I'm not going to say, one, if you're going to transfer your points out anyway, you can probably transfer them out with Belt. So you're not winning or losing. That's a wash. But how are you actually going to use your MR points? Everyone says that they're not thinks, but everyone says that they're so valuable. But they are. But it's so valuable because of the properties and the things that you get with them. So that's going to be your mileage will vary. I know we all love saying that, but it's really comes down to what's best for you. But optionality as a whole is a good thing. The fact that I can take the cash, I can take the Amex, I can take the Bilt, that optionality is a good thing. And the fact that you can probably switch it on the fly, who knows? I've switched mine to MR points a while ago and been that way ever since. But my MR points have a purpose and an exit strategy. That's the reason why I do it. But figure out which option is best for you. But I will say the optionality of it is great. And also, Rakuten has, as a shopping portal, has really stepped their game up. They offer some really enticing, great inflated deals to keep you from using other people's. And I'm talking about Chase, United. I know Honey was their former competitor, still out there. So I'm going to say Honey. They don't want you to use them. And so I can't tell you how many times I've looked at Chase Travel Portal and been like, oh, 6 Chase points. And then you go to Rakuten, we'll give you 10. I go to United, we'll give you 4 miles per dollar. And go to Rakuten, I'll give you 8. They just make it hard not to use them. They're being the Apple ecosystem of the shopping portals, I guess.
Nope. That definitely makes sense. RJ, your thoughts here?
More choice is good. Like, it's good for people. If you wanted Bilt points, you now have a way to amass them. There are caveats, right? Like, they go out per quarter. It's not something where you're going to get them instantly. We don't know what limits there are. There might be now necessarily limits on the Rakuten side, but there might be Bilt limits on the transfer of you can only put 100 or 200,000 from Bilt into any one particular partner. We don't know if those are coming. There's a lot of things that we don't know because this was such a both a small and a big leak at the ssame time. So we don't know. So it'll be interesting, but it didn't kill MR, right? That's the thing is like everybody who's freaking out about the Bilt thing is it didn't kill MR. It changed it, sure. Like I think I looked up my Rakuten thing. I think I've gotten 120,000 points in about a year and a half of using Rakuten. Cool. That's one-ish sub with a card. That's like even if I had gone whole hog and got 250, again, that's one sub. So it's not something where, yeah, if you blow $50,000 through Rakuten, you can do a ton of points. Again, how many people are going to blow that much money through Rakuten? Because here's the thing, Rakuten also limits you on certain things. So if you've already gotten a bunch of points for MR points, those might not be available to you now. So it's not like as soon as you change it to Bilt, everything resets. So people who have gone hard for MR points may not be able to go hard for Bilt points. So it's something that we need to figure out exactly what it's going to be like. But I think people who are super alarmist maybe don't have as much to worry about, even though it is going to change things. But Built is already changing. Like they're already somewhat announcing 2.0. We know things are going to change. We know that they haven't been super stable, so they're likely to change in the future. So this is more of a this thing is going to happen than I think, oh my God, this is the end of Built.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the end of Build, but I could we do have to definitely see, like, we're just working off of the leak right now. The leak is the big news, and we will see what terms and conditions look like. But Craig, your thoughts here?
Very similar to RJ. I think more competition is better. I've not been able to find a good way to steadily produce build points. I transferred all of my build points out recently, but that's because I've been using Lyft for 2 years, and so I finally hit like 10,000 points to transfer out. But for right now, I think I've got 1,200 build points, and all those build points that I had before just went to AA. For me, I will say I usually get somewhere, depending on what the quarter is. I'm that person that's probably bringing in somewhere between 20 and 40,000 MR points from Rakuten a quarter. But that's just because it's like where we go for most of our things. That's probably going to change now that I don't have the flight spend to get me to AA Executive Platinum. So we'll see. But for me personally, I don't know if Build is going to be compelling enough to pull me away from earning just that massive amount of MR points or being able to send that over to using the AA portal. I think it's really great. I've just not found Built compelling in general. Now, if they out of nowhere say, hey, we'll add in mortgages, I think that that's a good reason. I think to your video earlier today, Matt, it makes the Rakuten card so much more interesting. Like genuinely, even if you can only earn a max of 28,000 points a year, that's still 28,000 build points you didn't have before. Right. And I apologize if that's not 100% accurate.
So that's 28,000 on top of whatever else you were earning from that
Oh, so through the website.
through the website. Yeah. So the way that the Forex works, is really, it's convoluted and annoying, but the way that it works is, say Lululemon is 15x or 15%, right? When you use the Rakuten card, Lululemon goes from 15 to 19 on up to $7,000 in spend. After that, it drops back down to whatever the base is. So you would get the 15x, but you wouldn't get any additional bonuses. So that's good for up to 28,000 points. And the Rakuten card is 10x on Rakuten dining. No other dining, the rest of the dining is 2x, but it's 10x on Rakuten dining, and Built neighborhood dining are exactly the same. So if you're able to cash out at 1-to-1, which we don't know what the exact rate is going to be, but let's say it's 1-to-1, now you're going to get 10 Built points per dollar at whatever your local establishment is that's in rewards network that will get you, that is also in on Rakuten dining. That can be super useful. And the Rakuten card also has a grocery category
Oh, well.
that's uncapped, but it's 2x.
Oh.
Don't get your hopes up. Like, I know how much you spend on groceries. I know it's like the GDP of Tuvalu, but you're
I
not going to get a
know.
ton of
As we were
points.
just sitting here, I just got the City Strata Premier, but they only gave me a $3,000 limit, so that's sad.
Don't sneeze. The market is fraud.
Fair. I will take my allergy meds.
Yeah, I was able to put together a video pretty quickly on this one. I do think the Rakuten card gets pretty interesting for folks as a pair with Built. I don't know what happens with the Built card going forward. I have my own pet theories on the Built card. We're not going to go too deep on that. I think it's interesting. I do think more choice is better. I don't know. Like, we have to wait for the terms and conditions on this to drop because You could like something to help build transfer partners, and everybody's up in arms about, oh man, this is going to be like what Rakuten to build to Hyatt. That's going to be amazing. If they limit you to only being able to earn 150,000 points a year through Rakuten transfers, that's not going to be as like killer as the people who are looking to engineer a million Rakuten points to transfer over to build. Because have you met people on the internet? Have you seen the things they do? These are people who destroyed a credit card in less than 6 months. These are people who would find a way to destroy Built and Rakuten's relationship in under 6 months. So we have to see what the limits are, but it's pretty interesting to see that that Rakuten is adding Built as an option to turn your cash back into Built points. We will have to follow this because this will either be like really useful or it's going to get killed in 6 months. And considering the other things that have happened with one of these companies in recent years, I'm going to bet on these get killed in 6 months. So we'll see. But yeah, just wanted to highlight that today, and we'll jump into our topics. And RJ, your topic first this week.
So, a couple of weeks ago, there was a conversation in the Discord. Hit up stackyourpoints.com. Links to the Discord, links to everybody's channel. This is the mandatory plug where Matt has a gun behind my head to make sure I plug it.
You can just put me up behind you.
I could, in fact, do that. Anyway, a conversation about simplicity. And I want to know if you think that a one card lifestyle is actually achievable anymore. Not like possible. Look, you can get whatever card you want and just run everything through it. If you want to get a surpass and just put $200,000 to spend through it, you can do it. But more like an actual one card setup that a reasonable person who joins our Discord, and yes, I'm using reasonable very wide, might actually do. Or are we to the place where you may need to have 2, 3, 4 cards to actually be able to achieve much? Craig, I am going to go to you first, sir.
Yeah, no, I think that a one card setup is actually very much so possible. And I think some of the best cards that are one card setups, I think the Venture X, it gives you, I will say this, the Venture X works for somebody who visits East Coast very much or is going through Denver or Dallas. Or if you say, hey, I just want simplicity and I can move forward. It's a Visa Infinite. You have coverage. You will be, if you're a Costco person, you have Costco. It gives you 2x. The Venture X can be a one card setup. I think the City Strata Premier can be a one card setup. You'll miss out on some of that other spend, but for the average American, I think that hits a lot of their monthly categories. I think that we are in the most minority of minority niches in this Discord, but also just the broader credit card community. Most people don't have or only have one credit card in our country, or at absolute max 2 to 3. Just to put in perspective, my wife did not get a credit card until she was 28. That is when she opened her very first credit card ever. And that is because her family is a credit cards are evil. We use cash, people. And it's not because they're not financially literate. They taught me everything I know about investing and putting money into stock markets and ETFs and all that goodness and introduced me to my financial advisor. They are smart with money. They are not credit card people. And so I think for the vast majority of people, a one card setup is the reality. And it's not even an optimized setup. How many people do we know that have? I saw a Southwest card randomly out in the wild probably a day or two ago. And I was like, where are you going on Southwest? You live in a suburbia of Indianapolis, right? Like you're in small town Indiana. Where are you going? I think that it's more than plausible. I think that we are, even those of us that are not super into the actual mathematics of it, want to optimize things and we want perks and we want insert blank thing. But realistically, if you're a super duper Delta flyer, I would argue that the Delta Reserve is a great one card setup for you, right? If you were an AA flyer, I hate to be that guy. The Amer- um, the American Airlines executive card, it's a great one card setup. You may not value, and the people on this call may not value loyalty points, but somebody that wants status, they value that, right? That is essentially getting a 2x card. I may not be able to spend that loyalty point, but I have milestones that will get me other things that I can put a monetary value to. And so I think that as we think about this idea of a one card setup, sometimes simplicity is just where it's at. And I will also say, I think as we get further and further into this idea of that credit cards are, we're getting past the golden age of sign up bonuses and things, and we have to think about sustainability. I think many of us are going to get bored with a hobby and say, I'm just going to keep it simple. But I think it's possible. I just think it's much harder for our captive community because we are in any hobby, there's going to be people that will go all the way down the iceberg, and there will be people that are at the tip of the iceberg. We're probably somewhere in that middle below the surface line. So for us, probably not, but for the average American and for somebody that's just over the credit card game, I think so.
Interesting. Lonnie, your take on this?
I totally agree that you can have a single card. Having more than one card is a choice, it's not a necessity. But you do, no matter if you're a novice, someone that's just getting started, or someone at a more advanced level like ourselves or the people watching this video, you have to understand that the input's going to match the output. You're going to have one card. You're not going to have all the accoutrement, the luxuries, the XYZs on your travel day, and the rooms with a room in it, and the upgrades and all that other stuff that you would normally get by having multiple cards. RJ, you and I talk about our travel days all the time. My travel day has at least 3 cards in it. From the second I walk out the house to the second I get to the airport or to my destination, I need at least 3 different cards to cover all those different things to make my travel day better. I used to have one card. We all started with one card before you had to have one before you get to 2. We made it work. The reason why we got 2 is we wanted it to work better. And so if you're just cool and chill with what you got, yeah, you can still, and I'm not going to say you got to take your travel away. I'm just going to say some of those experiences are not going to come as easy as having, I have this card that handles this and I have that card that handles that type of scenario. Now, what type of card could you do? I know Matt's probably going to put his hat back on just so he could take it off, but the built card is a great single use card. Company is not great. The card itself is great. Card is good. You can do a lot with that card. And as we had just mentioned, they're adding new ways to get more points. At the end of the day, if you're trying to travel on points, you need to get points. Built used to make it easy to get points. They're trying to make it easy again. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. But Built, if y'all listening, you had a great way to earn points. You don't need these new ways. Let's go back to the beginning where you had with rent day. Whatever happened to rent day? Silence. And
It's dying.
put the activities back in your travel portal. Golly. Put them back in there. Anyway. But outside of Built, United offers 4 cards. One of them I don't recommend. $0 annual fee one. Not worth getting. But you can also pick your poison with that one. You want the blue one, the purple one, the black one. And then going back to those enhancements when it comes to your travel day or to your travel as well, this can assist with that depending on which card you go with. Do you want a low-end card that gives you a little, lets you tip your toe in the water? Do you want a middle card that actually saves you more money when you need to buy or use a award booking? Or do you want the card that kind of does a little bit more of everything, helps you better on spend, and includes your lounge access as well? So you can actually pick your poison when it comes to the United cards, but you only need one. Just pick the right one for you and you're good. Like I mentioned it earlier, you can use those United miles for basically whatever you want travel related and more. You want to buy new AirPods, use your United miles. You want to buy a TV, use your United miles. You want to buy a PlayStation, use your United miles. You want to buy a flight, use your United miles. Rental car, hotel, yep, use your United miles. You want to take a cruise next year, use your United miles. So is it possible? Yeah, but it's a choice. You have to commit to that choice. And if you don't want to commit to that choice, then yeah, go get another card.
I like it. Matt, your thoughts on the single card setup in the age that we live in now?
Yeah, so I definitely think it's achievable. Craig mentioned the Venture X right off the top. Take a Venture X, pair it with a Capital One offers where they're doing like whatever X miles on top of the 2X. That's fantastic. You can tap it in with Rakuten. Like, you can get by with a single card and you can attach it to whatever additional point generation you'd, right? Just because you have a Venture X doesn't mean you can't also sign up for Built and have Built Neighborhood, all the things. You can sign up for Rakuten. You can sign up for any additional point producing thing that doesn't necessarily require a credit card. So you can get by with one card relatively easily. It's just going to be a question of what else does that card do for you? Can that card do for you to make your life easier? Venture X gets you into Priority Pass lounges, gets you into Capital One lounges, gets you through Capital One lounge landings. We'll see what else it can do, but global entries taken care of. Primary CDW, I think it has primary CDW. Even if it doesn't have primary CDW, it comes with rental car status, so that helps. And there's a ton of options that you can work with. You can do one card and just mix and match additional point earning capabilities to continue stacking points in whatever whatever additional ecosystem you want to play with. So that isn't necessarily an issue. I think that like overthinking things and like enhancing your experiences can be a bit of a can lead to some analysis paralysis. Like a lot of folks can get by with just the Venture X, and if they don't want the Venture X because they don't want to worry about the lounges and they don't necessarily travel enough to worry about the lounges, even the Venture card at $95 still gets you all of those additional perks through Capital One offers. You can earn tons of points per miles per dollar, and you can turn those miles into baller trips through Wyndham and I Prefer now. So that can be useful. So I do think it's definitely achievable. I think if you want to just get into Chase because you want to do Chase through Hyatt, you're probably not going to be able to easily do a one card setup. You can. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's a harder setup to get by with than the Venture X or the City Strata Premier, or to a very much lesser extent, the American Express green card. I'll go with the green card because that's probably the best one card setup you could do on the personal side. Maybe a Blue Business Plus, or you can just live that. I don't care. I'm gonna live this platinum life, however you see fit. But I do think that that a single card lifestyle is actually achievable. What I think we're all looking for is the holy grail that covers all the multipliers that are most important to us, plus gives us a great floor value. And that card is never going to happen unless you're willing to pay, I don't know, some exorbitant sort of annual fee to make it possible. But dear credit card issuers who are watching, Chase, Amex, everyone else, give us the modular card already. Give us the card we can design ourselves to be the one card solution for us.
Yep. Take my money now.
Yeah. Card Studio. Like the first issuer to do a card studio, design your own card, is going to cost you some money. But if I have a card that can do all the things I want it to do, it's up to me to assign my own personal value to that for an annual fee. Like they'll give me the guidelines, and if I put everything together and it's like, this is the card I want, and Chase says, that'll be $3,500, please. If it does everything I want, here is $3,500. Thank you. Some issuer has to put together a card studio and just see what would happen. Because I think they do pretty well with it now. Amex was too far ahead of the game when they launched the Zinc card way back when. But something similar now where you can pick and choose and put something together and this is the final total. The community would be so happy. Just so happy. But short of that, you can still do the single card lifestyle. It's still achievable. Like you just have to get more creative.
I dig it. I'm always interested in opinions, being the maximalist that I am, because I have found I have one card when I can have 17. That is who I am as a person. I tried to get rid of the green. I tried to downsize. That did not last long. So I definitely appreciate it. Matt, I return it to you.
Absolutely. Lonnie, your topic this week.
Great. I get to go second this week. My topic this week is around status. And I'm going to keep it simple. Which types of status means the most to you? I.e., like airline status, hotel status, any other type of status. Maybe even built status. Who knows? Which brands of status mean the most to you? So if it is like hotel, which hotel brand, which airline, etc. And then how do you go about getting your status? Man, I'm going to kick you off this time.
Off the show? Dang, it was nice hosting with you guys. No. So what type of status mean the most to me? Probably hotel status.
Okay.
Airline status, like I fly. I do not fly at the frequency of Craig, even though he has greatly reduced his flying, or Lonnie, even though you have greatly reduced your flying in the last year. I still don't fly at y'all's level. So airline status for me isn't going to be as impactful as hotel status would be. I don't have it yet, but I do think that something at the level of Hilton Gold, and I'll throw in IHG Platinum, those statuses are like the best overall value that you can expect in the game. They're not particularly expensive to get. They will still give you plenty of value. Like a food and beverage credit. Getting a $50 food and beverage credit every night of your stay. You have a 4-night stay, that's $200 extra.
It's like a free night.
Yeah. It's like a free night. Like you are eating your way to a free night. That is great. Then there's the extra point earning on that. Like the Hilton Gold gives you 80% bonus points on top of whatever you're paying for the hotel. So it just generates points that much faster. IHG Platinum can give you pretty good perks at not a ton of money out of pocket. So like those statuses are pretty good. Hyatt Discover's not particularly compelling. Marriott Gold, not particularly compelling. You can still do pretty well in the Hyatt system, especially if you get 2 explorers and you're picking up the milestone rewards along the way. Those are solid. And with Marriott, I think Marriott's best bet overall is probably Platinum, maybe Titanium. If you can get Titanium, like you're in a really good spot. But how do we go about getting status? The cheapest way is just to buy it. Hilton Gold, get the Hilton Surpass card. Like it's $150 a year. You can derive a ton of value out of it. Even like you just spend 4 nights at a Hilton every year. That $50 food and beverage, and you get a $50 food and beverage credit. This is before the Hilton credit. right? That $50 food and beverage credit itself can pay off the annual fee. Then you get that $50 Hilton credit that's quarterly, and you spend a night a quarter at a Hilton, which God just seems so difficult considering what Hilton Surpass owners will say is unacceptable that it's a $200 credit and I can't buy gift cards just to make my life easier. Bro, stay at a Hilton. Why is that so hard? That will pay off your annual fee
I
several
advocate
times
for the
over.
gift card folk, by the way. I'm with that community. So I understand their pain, but I also understand your point. Please continue.
Yeah. Yeah. I do prefer the idea of just buying the status that you want. The IHG status, $99. Pick up or $225, 200 and yeah, $225 if you want to pick up IHG Ambassador, and you just get Hilton. I'm sorry, IHG Diamond, IHG Platinum included. It's very late. Sorry, I'm more prone to mistakes tonight than I am most nights. I would just pick up the status I want and just be done with it. Yes, you can stay the nights, but like a lot of these statuses, like the good ones, are 50-night commitments. And if you don't have 50 nights set up, but you have a shortcut to get it, take the shortcut. I yield.
Appreciate it. RJ, what does status mean to you? Which type means the most to you? Which brand, and how do you go about getting it?
I, like Matt, am a big fan of get yourself a credit card with the status you want. Because here's the thing, like Hilton Gold is very good. It is probably better for more people than Diamond because of how their math works, right? It's 80% bonus versus 100% bonus, but you either have to do a ton of nights in a Hilton or you have to have an Aspire. And you may or may not use the credits because it's not a Hilton credit, it's a Hilton Resort credit, right? So Hilton Gold is very important to me. IHG Platinum is very important to me in terms of I'm staying at one of those most of the time. If I am not staying at a Hilton or an IHG, I am using the Delta portal when I can do MQDs and I am making my Delta status inflated higher than I would if I just did it on flights because I can, basically, because I want the ability to have the things that gold or platinum with Delta brings me, which is just more mileage earning for me personally, because I'm buying first class. So some of the perks that come with it naturally don't necessarily mean a lot to me. But here's the thing with status. Status is only worth what you personally value it at. Because if you don't care about Hilton points, then your multiplier on Hilton points doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. So for me, I value getting the highest status in the things I have that I can reasonably do without putting myself into debt. I am doing 10 nights at a Hilton. I've done 8 of them, 7 of them, 7 of them. I have 3 more to go, which I'm bookending a trip with because I fly out at times and fly in at times that aren't accessible, or I don't want to drive necessarily a ton at those times. Like, I'm getting Hilton Diamond without having to get an Aspire to try it for a year. That was really easy for me because I added one additional night to plan trips for this. So for me, it wasn't a big expense. I got the highest status I could get without having to do a lot. That to me is what I want. If I don't have to do a ton of extra work and I can have a higher status, I am your girl. Like, I am down for it. Because you know what? I don't care if I'm going to have Delta Platinum next year. I don't care if I fly on Delta a single time. I have it. I get the luggage tags. Oh, okay. That is who I am as a person. I collect status like some women collect Birkin bags. And I am okay with that. I just, I want the status so when I need it, I have it. That's who I am, guys. I'm bougie. What can I say? I wear it as a not, I don't even wear it as a badge of honor. I just wear it as a fact of who I am. I am right-handed and I am bougie. They are equally as true. I buy status where I can. I spend the money I need to where I can't just plain out buy it, and I move on with my life.
Thanks, RJ. I also represent the bougie community, and we appreciate you. The first step is owning it.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get the jackets made because they're going to be very nice jackets.
Yeah. And Bougie just got a $75 a quarter credit on Amex Platinum.
Boom.
Craig, you're up next.
Yeah. Before I give my answer, I want to say hats off to RJ, and this is not a critique. This is growth in the credit card community. RJ, you used to talk about status being dumb, and now you like it, and I appreciate it.
Look, Lonnie has a Thanos hand behind him. I am the Thanos of status. Like, I have decided that they are Pokemon and I need them all. Like, the ones that I care about, I just need them all.
No, and I'm here for it. I am the same way because, as you will quickly find out, I love my AA status. Again, I know people will say, I have a terrible time flying AA. Fly more, get better status, and they'll treat you better. I don't know what else to tell you.
Loyalists. Jeez. Can't. We could do a half episode on loyalists, the customer service you get. Because I say the same thing about United. Man, United's not the greatest. Yeah, because you're not 1K.
Hey, somebody asked me if I could move my bag, and I said no. And they said, there's no more room for the rollerboards. You all have seen that big leather backpack I just got. And I was like, yeah, you should have had better status and got on the plane sooner. I don't know what to tell you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, my bag doesn't hit the floor with that they don't vacuum or scrub, and feet are on literally every 4 hours. Yeah, I'm not putting my bag down there.
And then you expect me to put that back on my body?
No.
Absolutely not. But so I'll say for me, my airline status is very important. I've looked at, despite having somehow UA Gold for that one big trip that I took, the vast majority of my flights are SkyTeam, which are Virgin or Delta, and then One World, which is AA. I value my AA Executive Platinum status. I've been looking at, because one of the important things for me is that although I'll keep status, I won't get many of the milestones in March if I don't continue to fly. And so that's part of the reason why I got my executive card, is because it'll give me 20,000 points for free. Just there you go. They are yours. And that's going to get me 10% of the way back to executive platinum. And utilizing the hotel portal, it's going to get me there. As much as it pains me to say this, I know that I will not hit. This isn't the part that pains me. I'm not going to hit Bonvoy ambassador status next year. That's just not a thing, especially now that I'm not traveling as much. But I really come to enjoy the titanium status. It is, especially internationally, very nice. The recognition is nice. I wish there was a way to get Hilton status without having to have my Aspire, but I think to RJ's point and to Matt's point, gold is going to be enough for me. I already downgraded my Hilton Aspire. I did it today once my annual fee hit, but I still have my platinum. I don't see myself wanting to invest too more heavily into Hilton. So my thing is, if I need the points, I'll buy them. Worst case scenario, I'll pay cash for someplace, but I'm not going to be spending on my Hilton cards. And just to be very clear, I still think Hilton is a fantastic program, despite all the doom and gloom and people saying that, oh, they've ruined the program. They made it harder for you to game the system to get a free night in the Maldives or Bora or places that realistically, if I'm being honest, if they said, hey, we aren't taking points, I would be bummed, but I'd understand it, right? Like, some people that are going there have no idea how the Hilton point systems work. They didn't even know Hilton had a loyalty program. They just said, oh, I dropped 60 grand to be here for the week. So sweet.
Yeah, I wasn't going anyway, so they say they're getting rid of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah, for me, it's Bonvoy status. It's my AA status. Keeping some form of mid-tier Hilton status. I am probably, and I will be leaning into the folks on this call and some other people, but probably looking to replace that Hilton status with IHG over the next year, or at least giving it a test run to see if it's something that I enjoy well enough. If I'm being realistic, I'm not sure if between AA hotels and Bonvoy, I'll actually have the ability to dedicate anything to IHG, but I'd like to give it a shot. One thing about me, I don't like to speak on things if I haven't done it, right? Like, I can't tell you the IHG program is fantastic or trash because I have no experience in it. Right. And I think that's important for like validity. And then this is one that is near and dear to my heart. I will fight people for it to keep it. National executive or whatever the highest status is with national car rental service. I will never rent a car from Hertz ever again. I don't care if it's $1,000 cheaper. I will just walk. Avis, hit or miss, but Hertz, I went back and I looked at it specifically for this question because everybody's going to say, no, the Hertz President Circle is amazing. I rented 7 cars between 2023 and end of 2024 with Hertz. 7 times I've had either mischarges, overcharges, issues, or something. Somebody said, oh, yeah, Mr. Carter, it looks like you returned the car and the bumper was off. Excuse me? You don't think somebody would, I don't know, pull me aside and said, hey, bro, where's the bumper on this Suburban? No. You just think that they was like walked away like, all right, bro, I'm gonna send you a receipt. Good times. So I am, besides the fact that they take people to jail and put warrants out for your arrest for returning their cars, it's just not for Craig. But yeah, National Bonvoy AA. That's where we are right now.
Yeah, you do got to record your pickup and drop off with Hertz. I don't really have a problem with Avis. I like Avis. Avis is.
Oh, I have no issue with Avis. It's just I've used them a few times, but my thing is Hertz. I would rather walk. I'll get on SEPTA. I'll get on MTA or Metra. Anything. I'll take public service transit before I rent from Hertz ever again.
I just got the 6th platinum, their top tier platinum status through Chad's Money Minutes. Nice. Go check his video out on how to do it. I'm going to try them out. But Avis is like my go-to. Outside of that, just corporate codes. Go look them up, y'all. I got them all. Anyway, you want to talk about Pokemon.
There we go.
Never ask at the counter. The more status you got, the less you got to talk to somebody at the counter. So they just accept it. Anyway, travel hack alert. Thank you for that. I will also go with the grain and say that hotel status probably means the most, especially when I'm traveling with my family, because not just bougie, but more space, room for a toddler to run around and those types of things. I am bougie, so I will say we listed off our hotels: Waldorf, Conrad, Westin. That's where you're going to catch me at anyway. So those will be like the brands. Now, I'm not going to, as Craig had mentioned, I'm not going to discount airline status, but very similar to what Craig said, I'm not going to hit United 1K because I'm traveling less at the back half of the year. So I'm not going to hit my United 1K for 2026. Either way, I'm still not going to be sitting back at a bus. I still get Economy Plus for free. I'm just not going to make it all the way up to the 1K status. Actually, my last trip of the year, which leaves in 2025, and I return home in 2026. I did 2 one-ways, so that will flight home. Yeah, me and the family, we're going to start our PQP accrual again. So we're all flying in front of the bus on the way home from our holiday vacation so that we can put that money in miles and points to 2026 so we can get back to that 1K status. How do I go about getting it? I'm pay to play. I'm same as everyone else. Just go buy it. Just go buy it. And why? And it's not about buy it as in a monetary decision, but it's the shorter path of least resistance. It's also the cheaper path. If I wanted to get platinum status with Marriott or diamond status with Hilton, that takes a lot of money and a lot of nights. $550 is way cheaper to get the exact same thing. And the reason why I am a status chaser, almost similar to RJ, where if I enjoy your brand slash product, I want some type of status with it, is because we all know the adage, like, if everyone has status, then no one does. Well, this is the through the looking glass. This is the opposite of it all, the reciprocal of it all. When no one has status, I do. Treat me differently because I'm a loyalist. I have status, and there is a difference. There's a new difference in your experience on travel day when you're checking in and nobody has that. Old Vegas from like 5 years ago. You ever show up on a Friday or Saturday at 11 or noon and that check-in line is snaking around, but then they got the status, the MGM like gold and noir folks over here that can just like, walk up? That's when I realized status matters. It was in Vegas. And after that, I'm like, screw that. I'm getting status wherever I can. So that's me. That's my answer to my own question. And now I'm going to return it back to Matt and our regularly scheduled podcast.
Absolutely. To that end, Hilton, if you're watching this, because we know the credit card issuers will watch stuff like this. Hilton, if you want to just do some subscriptions, some yearly subscriptions away from the credit card side that just happens to give, I don't know, some sort of status and like a few 100,000 points, take my money.
Everybody should have ambassador the way IHG does.
Or if you want to sponsor our podcast and just give us status, we'll be happy to come record a couple episodes at your properties.
That's it.
I will make an exclusive stay, Hilton only.
You got any business centers I can raid?
The official, unofficial, currently hypothetical partner of the Stacking Points podcast, Hilton, for the win, for the stay.
For the stay. Always for the stay. Staying in the theme of status, Craig, what you got for us this week?
Yeah, so something a little bit different. We are, and it's funny, in Lonnie's video, or actually, no, I think that was members only. Lonnie just mentioned that he is not one for consumerism. However, I know that you are crafty and you enjoy saving $1. And I know everybody here is conscious of their funds. What are some loyalty programs that you all enjoy that are not travel related, that you really enjoy, that's helped to save you money, or that you just leverage for extra value? Bonus question, does that play into your personal card strategy at all? And I will start things off with Mr. Clausen.
Favorite non-travel loyalty programs. So there's always like the ones that will immediately spring to mind. There are restaurant loyalty programs. So Chipotle has a loyalty program, right? You go, you eat, you spend enough money at Chipotle, eventually you get yourself a free meal. Those are always good. I wouldn't necessarily recommend, I don't know, TGIF or Chili's reward programs, but hey, TGIF and Chili's have reward programs as well, so go and enjoy, I guess. But restaurant reward programs, always good. Always a good bet here. You know what the other one is? Supermarkets. Your supermarket, every supermarket, no matter what major umbrella brand it is, every supermarket has a loyalty program. It's the one where you put in your phone number and like they give you the little card and you scan the little card at the beginning of your trip, or like when you're going to check out, you scan your little card and you don't have your card 99.9999999% of the time, but they let you key in your phone number and you're good to go. Or you key in your partner's phone number because you yourself couldn't be bothered to set it up, or you have loyalty with supermarkets that are nowhere near where you live because you set those up when you were in college. Those give you the in-store deals. Those give you the better pricing. Those are the things that you can attach to Instacart and DoorDash and get your prices lowered to something closer to what you would pay in store. use those. Also, those will trigger things like Meyer and Kroger and Albertsons will always have something where get Forex gas points with us if you buy a $50 gift card. Like those sorts of deals float around as well. So like, you're going to save on gas, you're going to save on your groceries, you're going to save on various other things, or buy a $50 gift card, get $10 bonus cash from us added onto your thing. And toward the holidays, I know for a fact that ShopRite in the shop in the Northeast and Stop and Shop in the Northeast will also do things like spend $600 between September and November 1st and get your Thanksgiving turkey for free. Like those sorts of deals are there. And that bird, if you get in early enough and you secure your bag early enough with that bird, you can get like that 20-pound bird for nothing. So there's that. Those are the two that make the most amount of sense. The other one, just to ruin everyone else's day, gas stations. Personally, for me, not Safeway, sorry, Speedway. I have 250,000 Speedway points. I don't redeem those for food. I don't redeem those for drinks. You know what I use those for? Gas savings. Because when they let you roll back like 50 cents at a pop, yes, I'm not going to pay $3.20 today. I'm going to pay $2.70 a gallon and make myself think that $2.70 a gallon is a deal when it's not. It's still highway robbery. But yeah, no, those are the ones I can think of.
No, absolutely. Thank you. Also, just because I'm not familiar with it, how many Speedway points do you accrue per dollar?
Depends on what you're buying, honestly. Like they'll have like bonus things of, oh, buy 2 Gatorades, get an extra 150 points.
Got it.
Okay. Like they are not worth a ton, but when you redeem for gas or you redeem them, or like I could take my 250,000 points and get a $250 gas card, like gift card.
Yeah.
The gift card's a penny per point. Or I can do less than a penny per point, but save 50 cents a gallon, which is still pretty damn good, and go from there. On top of the fact that whenever I use that card, like at the gas pump, whenever I use my Speedway number, I save 7 cents automatically.
Okay, I'm here for it. All right, thanks, Matt. RJ?
Yep.
Dunkin' Donuts. I don't care if you like it. I don't always like it, but it always tastes like Dunkin' Donuts. And I drink it by the gallon. I have on a road trip before bought a box of Joe and just stopped periodically to refill up my container. Look, I will drink it. It doesn't have to be the best. It just has to be the one that feels familiar when I drink it. Also, Costco. Walmart Plus, I'm going to call a loyalty program because you get a bunch of discounts by having it. So we're going to put it there. Costco, I would put in the same. BJ's for northeaster-ish area, also same thing. Anything like that, because those are the programs you're actually probably going to spend the most money on in a year if you use them. I keep Costco not because I shop there, because I don't really have one near me, but because I can order things online that I can't always find anywhere else, and it's usually cheaper. So there's that. But yeah, I am a fan of things like that because I live in the country, and guess what? I don't live near many stores. It's an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours for me to hit a place where there's real civilization and not more cows than people per capita. And that is not an exaggeration. So for me, delivery is important. I don't, I'm sorry for the environment, but until we put high-speed rail places, I don't have many options. So I am all about those particular programs.
Amazon Prime too.
Amazon Prime, same idea. Look, my shopper's cash is Amazon and Walmart for a reason.
No, I understand it. I'm also in agreement with you. I think that we need to bring back railroad barons and have people build the railroads. This time, not enslaved. That would be nice. But I saw Matt's face. He goes, I don't know, Matt. Going to Japan and being on a bullet train, it's great. It's great. And then you don't have to yell at anybody being in traffic. It's awesome. But also, thank you, RJ. I appreciate it. Also, RJ, I think we are a little bit more kindred spirits than you think. You drinking Dunkin' and gritting and bearing it's exactly how I feel flying AA.
Look, sometimes you just gotta deal. Like, you just. I've never been handed a cup of Dunkin' Donuts and not gotten exactly what I expected that cup of Dunkin' Donuts to feel like. And after 30 something years, guess what? I want the Dunkin' Donuts. I do.
A Starbucks guy. It was rough driving from Boston to Chester, Vermont this last few weekends. And I was just like, oh, it's so terrible. But it's okay. We're here. We survived. Lonnie, how about you?
So all of mine have been taken, but I'll still give you my brands. The first was Shell, not necessarily the brand itself, but gas station. I got a loud car with a big engine in it. We don't need to get into that. I'm not gonna flex or nothing. I love my car though, but it's a gas guzzler. And so it would the other day it hit me like when you drive by the gas station, it's like the 87 is call it $4, and then the nine or whatever, the 89 is like 10 or 20 cents more, and then you get to the 91. I got to do 91 in my car. It only takes 91. And it's always like the most expensive thing. And I'm sitting there like, all right, I'm going to fill up my tank. I put in my loyalty number. I got 35 cents off per gallon because of my status. I'm sitting there like, yo, they forgot to change the sign. Yo, it like didn't even dawn on me it was my status that made it that cheap. I wasn't going to say nothing. I was going to take the win. A W is a W. Like, when the Lord hands you one, just take the W and go. I was going to, y'all can call me later if it was a glitch, but my tank is full and I paid. So legally, y'all can't do nothing at that point. So yeah, having that Shell gas station and at the same time stacking that with, even though I don't fly AA, I still get those AA miles. The other two would be food, Jimmy John's, because not only am I from Illinois, I went to University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, where Jimmy John's was founded. So I have had my share of Freaky Fast sandwiches. And even though it's old school, you might not think you need 10 sandwiches, but when you get that free one and that barbecue bag of chips and that drink, you thought not paying for a trip on points was great. When you get a free meal when you're hungry, and where I live, there aren't any Jimmy John's close. Like you got to actually travel. So when I go home, like straight up, we are all about Jimmy John's. Like my wife will go there 3 times a day, have them pick it up. She'll meet them halfway if she got to. So that's actually important. And the other one would be most of this comes from credit cards, but the delivery service, the Uber ones, the Grubhubs, the DoorDash statuses, it actually does save you money. There's been times where I've looked up pickup and delivery, and depending on what you're doing and what time of day, especially if you get a promotion where you get 30% off or a buy one, get one free deal, the status is the differentiation measure where, at least in my car, I could go pick it up. That little $5 I'm going to save, I'm going to burn more gas than $5 going to pick it up and driving back home. So it's a win for me when you actually put the math together. Or because Craig and I both have children about the same age, sometimes you just don't want to leave the house or you can't leave the house. So even though I might have saved $7 or $10 or whatever percentage of whatever I'm ordering, that actually does come in handy. And so I actually really appreciate having those types of statuses as well. And Lift Pink. I gotta throw something else in there. I don't have to, but I'm gonna. Lift Pink is actually really great, especially if you have curbside pickup at certain airports, especially on the West Coast, SFO, LAX, where you don't gotta walk in the tunnel across the tarmac, up 2 flights of stairs, take an elevator, switch to another elevator just so you can catch your Uber in the parking garage. I can just go up to departures and someone will pick me up from there. Especially when you got a toddler, comes in clutch. And I will happily, I actually do. My Lyft Pink membership, uh, gratis membership from my Chase Sapphire Reserve has already expired. My first 2 years and my 50% off third year, they've already expired. I'll pay $199 a year for Lyft Pink. It is worth it. I only need one. Now I got Uber One for free, included with my Platinum card. So we'll see how that goes. But outside of point stacking with Lyft, we don't need to get into that, which is another reason why I leaned into Lyft. But yeah, I will pay $199 for Lyft Pink. And if you play your cards right and you do it right, your $300 travel credit from Chase, you could actually use for Lyft.
Yep.
Not to say you had to use it for that, but you could use it for that, which I have done before.
I have a question for you. Does the new CSR refresh, will that give you an updated Lyft Pink credit?
The $10 can be used toward Lyft Pink, depending on like when your Lyft Pink might renew monthly. That could be a use for it, but it does not come with Lyft Pink. Not even the lower $99 a year thing. But like apparently Chase is one of the banks that like will watch credit card content on social media and like respond to customer feedback by like possibly changing some of their benefits and things like on the fly. Hey, Chase, Lyft Pink. I don't need all access. Give me a Lyft Pink membership.
Give me
and
a
five
Lyft Pink
times
membership.
and 5 times per dollar. That's it.
10 times. 10 times.
Yeah. Yeah, go back to 10x. Go back to 10x. But I will happily take Lyft Pink plus 5x, and I will not say another word. I will shut up and take the W and walk away.
Agreed.
I will take the W and walk away with both of those.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. Similar to you all, and to nobody's surprise, the grocery store loyalty programs are the biggest hit for me. I have not paid full price for gas in many years. I'm getting $1 off essentially darn near every time I go to the grocery store. And it's nice because my wife drives a big, dumb, stupid gas guzzling truck. She's 5'2" and she has to hop into it. It's hilarious. And I'm somehow still stuck
Shout
in
out
my
to her,
same car.
man. Yo, I'm sorry. Women that drive SUVs just does it for me.
Good to
When
know.
my wife, when my wife came home with an SUV, it was about 3 years ago. 3 years and 9
Gee,
months.
I wonder what happened after that.
She got a Yukon Denali, and I'm somehow still stuck in the same Ford Fusion I had from college. But you know what? I work from home and I barely drive, so it doesn't matter.
Ford Fusion's still a great car.
It is. And I'm gonna ride that bad boy until the wheels fall off.
I
Quite
love my
literally.
Fusion.
Yep.
That was the car I had before the one I got now. I traded it in, but I love that car.
I'm gonna ride that bad boy till the wheels fall off of it.
I should have driven it to the wheels. I shouldn't have traded it in. I should have just kept it.
Yeah, I totaled mine.
I only
Oops.
drive from my house to daycare to my house to the airport. That is the extent of my driving, and then I'll go to the grocery store in between.
It was just the ride. It rode so smooth,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got it with the nice little heated seats and steer wheel.
I had heated and air seats in mine. Yeah,
it's not. The Gooch Blaster is great. Sorry, we can edit that.
Oh no, we're keeping that.
Meanwhile, I'm stuck reminiscing about Jimmy John's sandwiches and have terrible Sabrina Carpenter inspired dad jokes when it comes to Dunkin' Donuts.
It's a good time all around. But yeah, that and one more that I really enjoy. You all know this. I like fragrances. I like cologne. I have a Dior loyalty thing, and you're gonna say that is the bougiest, dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Why would you do that? Here's the thing: you can give those membership like milestone things to people as birthday gifts. Oh, you don't know what to get your friend? Hey, here's a makeover that you can go do. Here's somebody you can go talk to about what you want to do with your style. Oh, I don't know you well enough. Here's some lipstick you can go and have. Here's a cologne you can get for free. I'm giving away gifts, and people are like, oh my God, Craig spent so much money on me. No, I didn't. I don't like you enough to spend money like that, but I do like you enough to give you the free stuff that I was going to take anyway.
Girl, I don't like you like that. I'm married.
And that's me talking to my wife. That's it for me. I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Clausen before I get in trouble.
And just remembering that the number 8, the number 10, and the number 14 were my go-tos for Jimmy John's. Anyway,
I love a beef club.
I don't know if I've ever actually had Jimmy John's. Like, I haven't avoided them. I just don't know if I've ever had an opportunity to go to one.
Oh, you'll
no,
you'll know
they're in
when
the
you're
city
next
now.
door. It smells great.
Yeah.
Just walk in and take a deep breath.
Oh, when you're broke college student, you buy the day old bread, like the leftover bread from the day before for you get like 9 feet of bread for 15 cents. You get little sandwiches that you can make it in your dorm for a week.
And then if you got a buddy that works there that gives you the hookup, they'll also slip in some of the like little lettuce and sprouts and some cheese. And then you'll just go to the store and grab some lunch meat. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't steal from Jimmy John's.
No, of course not.
I never lived in a dorm. Like I said, I'm bougie. I own it.
I did not either. No.
I tried telling you. I never lived in.
Communal bathrooms sound terrible.
Okay. I lived in a dorm, and my dorm, the college was right across the street from the Jimmy John's. Do you know how often the Jimmy John's car was on campus? Like we couldn't be bothered walking across the street. If you walked across the street, you were bougie. You ordered delivery to your dorm all day until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Small liberal arts. You had to live on campus for the first 2 years. Had no choice.
Same.
Some of us couldn't invent YouTube, Lonnie.
Anyway, Dunkin' Donuts. When did you get Java all of a sudden? Oh, shoot. That means it's my topic. That just happened. Anyway, my topic this week is what are some shit hit the fan on travel day remedies? So your travel day has gone completely sideways. How do you make it better? Craig, I'll go to you first.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this, and this is very genuine. I'm not just saying this for brownie points. My player two, if we're together, is just going to be okay. We're going to laugh about it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be pissed. We're definitely going to be pissed. But like having flexibility is something that is really key and critical in those moments because you have to remember you are not the enemy. She is not the enemy. Your partner is not the enemy unless they are the ones that caused you to miss the flight. But likely that's not the case. You are just upset. You are upset with the situation. So I think one, and this is from the Zen Master Lonnie, I think 101 book, keep a cool head, keep flexibility. I'm also going to say this, and this is part of the reason why I value status so much. Status. I hate to be that bougie friend, but if you call Craig and say, hey, what do I do? Oh, have you talked to your like Marriott ambassador? No. Did you talk to your AA person that they assigned to you? No. Oh, I have no idea what to tell you. I think this is where status makes a difference because if you miss a flight or if there's something catastrophic that happens, you are going to be one of the first people to be notified and you're going to be one of the first people to know what is the next step for you. I know before it hits Flightly, I know before it hits the AA app, somebody's going to shoot me a text from AA and say, hey, Mr. Carter, your flight is going to be delayed this long. I'm not getting up out of the lounge just to walk to the gate to find out we're delayed 30 minutes. I know that. Sorry. Or if it's hotel related and oh my God, we have a pipe that just burst in our room. Again, this is
Ooh,
where status and
free
flex.
trip right there. That's a free trip. Pull
Oh,
your
that's a free
camera.
trip. 100% free trip.
Don't upload it. Just hey y'all, straight up record it and be like, I got this on video. This is the one time I'll actually say this. I need to talk to the manager.
Oh, 100%. Anything wrong inside that hotel room, you just got a free trip. I want my points back and I want some compensation for my next trip. Just to be very clear.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that's the case. In our younger years, when we weren't status people, I'm going to be real honest with you. You ride those tires till they went a little bald and then they blew out on the toll road between Philly and New York. And you're like, oh man, do we have $50 to get this tire changed? You just got to figure it out. And I'll say, again, some of this is just keeping a cool head, keeping flexibility when shit does hit the fan, because inevitably it will. Something will go wrong. Maybe not during this particular trip, but at some point in time, something will go wrong. And I think that is a mental state. Like, how much will you allow it to affect you as opposed to just handling the situation? And I know that sounds like a cop out, but I think truly, barring any physical injury, mother-in-law tore both her ACLs at my wife's graduation from Penn. Hilarious now in the moment. What the hell? But yeah. So like it's just dealing with that from a mental standpoint. So that's me. Keep a cool head, have status. Try to make a joke out of it. Like genuinely, I'm the worst person. If you are not comedically inclined, I am the worst person to be stuck with because I'm going to make a joke out of the situation.
Nope, that's fair. Lonnie, travel day went sideways. Hey, how you gonna fix it?
I need to go remind my wife first that we aren't able to control what we can't control. As Craig said, it's no one's fault. We're fine. We're healthy. Just chill. Just relax. Just chill. Because if she goes off, I'm gonna lose it. I gotta go off, and not in a if she goes off on like a employee or anything like that, but if she just gets too perturbed, if you will, it's gonna annoy the crap out of me, and I'm just gonna lose them. That's when I do what I just did. I take a deep breath, and I find an away time. I'll take the kid with me. I just need to separate. I need to separate myself from whatever situation stuff hit the fan that happened. Like the flight's delayed. I don't want to sit at the gate. Can't. Don't let me sit at the gate and just sit there looking at a plane or whatnot if I'm ready to go. It's time to go take a walk. Let's go find a vending machine, something that he can push buttons and play on and watch stuff drop. Those types of things. I just got to go take that separation. The other thing is my headphones. Just don't talk to me. Just let me put my headphones on and watch a movie, listen to some music. Just don't talk to me. If y'all can do 1 out of 3 of those, preferably 2 out of 3, preferably leave me alone and give me my headphones, to be completely honest. Everything will be all right. Now, outside of that, if you don't have your emergency number saved in your phone, go through your credit cards, go through your benefits, and start looking at them. Your flight's delayed. I got a special number with United that I'm going to call instantly to take that edge off. They might even find you a different flight. Most of us live near multiple airports. Hey, this flight's delayed. All right, send me to this airport instead. It's equidistant, just south instead of north of my house. Let's go there instead. Depending on what's the delay, how long it's delayed. Do you know your perks and benefits that you can get? Do you know that you can probably get a free meal from the food court? Do you know that you can probably reimburse XYZ? Do you know how to file that claim? because some of them are phone calls, some of them are claims. I've mentioned this in a previous video. You need to bookmark these things because I don't even know where these stupid things are at. They're buried under 6-7 clicks in their website. So just bookmark them. So that way it's, yep, my bag didn't show up. Here's how I make the claim. Here's the number that I call or whatever. That makes your travel day so much easier because now you're not sitting there, what do I do? Who do I call? Why can't I find this? You're trying to scroll through a large website on your 6-inch screen on your phone on bad Wi-Fi or a bad cellular network because you're still at the airport. Screw it. You already got it all bookmarked. Pull out your tablet, pull out your whatever, go to the right people, handle your business. That always keeps things cool and calm because it's like, in case of emergency, break glass, that's the break glass. Know exactly who, when, what to call, or how to file. So that's what I do. But as Craig had mentioned, eventually it's going to happen. Hopefully it's not a 3-hour delay that they don't let you off the flight. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm sorry. There's just nothing you can do about that. Those suck. Especially when you got a kid with you. But there's nothing you can do about that. You can't get off the flight. Those are happening more often.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, we're delayed. I think this is why we needed Buttigieg for one more term, because I was literally going to write a note that says, if I'm stuck on the tarmac on the plane for X amount of time, compensation.
Yep.
Compensation. That should be an FCC rule.
You mean FAA?
FAA, yes. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong current event.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Anyway, before I think too much about current events,
we aren't taking that tangent. We're not taking that tangent.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Nope.
Oh, it's pretty bad. RJ, how do you avoid shit hitting the fan?
First thing I do is get coffee. Because if I have coffee, I at least have one positive thing in my life. And honestly, I am nicer when I have coffee. So coffee.
But that's airport Dunkin'.
Okay.
All right.
Coffee. I don't drink Starbucks, but I'll drink airport Starbucks if that's the only option I have. Like,
all right.
Unfortunately, at my local airport, the Dunkin' is on the wrong side, so the options are Starbucks or McDonald's. So, ideal. I also travel with a bag of Anchor's greatest hits, my laptop, and a 13-inch iPad. I can entertain myself for hours. I can do double screens with enough battery that I could probably power myself for 72 hours without actually plugging into something. I'm good. I travel with headphones. I travel with entertainment. I'm good. Do I want to be in the airport for multiple hours on a delay or if something goes wrong? No. Is it all that different than me being at home on my laptop at that point? Not really. Like, I got like real pants on and not sweats, but I'm good. Like, I'm fine. I have a cell phone plan that gives me many gigabytes of data for hotspotting. So if the airport wireless sucks and my phone is better, I'm good. Like, I'm an adult version of a toddler. Give me an iPad or a computer, and I can find ways to entertain myself for many hours. So as far as something went wrong, look, I can't fix the plane. If it's a plane issue, if it's a pilot timeout, if it's weather, I can't fix it. Why would I get upset about a thing going wrong that I can't fix? Like, that does not make sense to me. Will I be annoyed? Will I have to reroute? Will I have to get on Flighty and figure some stuff out? Yeah. Will I do that and cuss under my breath as I drink the coffee? Yes. Am I going to? But me getting pissed off doesn't do anything except for make my day worse. That's all it does. Especially if I'm traveling. If I'm traveling with my parents, then I'm dealing with my mother and trying to get her in a reasonable state. And my stepdad and I are making slightly inappropriate jokes to make my mother laugh, so like things calm down. If it's just me, I can be on my laptop anywhere. Like I can edit the podcast or answer comments or like talk in the Discord or do whatever else anywhere that I have a decent Wi-Fi connection. Like I'm good. Like I am the easiest person in the world to travel with in that capacity. Like I'm stuck on an airplane. Okay, I'm stuck in first class where I like have a seat that fits my body, and if we're on the ground, I can still use like my phone as internet. Oh, like, do I want to be on it for multiple hours? No. If I am, I'm good. Like, I am that person when I travel because all of the stress is pre trip. I will stress out. I'm going to Denver next week. I am pre stressed about everything. The moment I leave my house to head down to the airport to do all of that, the stress is gone. I've already taken care of all of the stress. Like, I'm good. Like, I, so, do I have things in place if things hit the fan? Yes. It's also why I have lounge access. If I'm not at my home airport, chances are I have access to a lounge of some sort. If I'm in my home airport, and worst case scenario, like I just leave because TSA is 15 minutes on a long day for a pre check. So I could just leave. It's not that far to like places to go. Worst case scenario, I just go home. Like, I'll just leave the city and go home. So I am easy in that regard. I am not one to get particularly animated.
No, that's certainly all fair.
To
Just curious because
bastardize, I apologize, but to bastardize your statement, a Wi-Fi connection is a Wi-Fi connection is a Wi-Fi connection.
well,
Not a
you have
malicious Wi-Fi
NordVPN.
connection.
I mean, I use a
Yeah,
VP, I use a VPN. Like I'm, but my point is, as long as I can hit Wi-Fi that's VPN approved, I'm good. We're good.
that's fair. I know that we always talk about how travel day is sacred. It was just a
Yeah.
you got to plan for when travel day the sanctity of travel day is defiled.
If you plan it right, chances are you'll be fine. I, I have layovers always, right? We've talked about this. My layovers are in Atlanta or LaGuardia. You know what Atlanta and LaGuardia have a lot of? Flights to places. So I'm going to two of the largest airports to get to me to where I want. So there's almost always, unless it's weather related, gonna be another flight that day.
No,
So it helps.
that's fair. Best thing I can add is stay calm. Your partner or your family is probably going to be on edge. Feeding off of that is not going to help anyone or anything. You have, if you want to file a claim after the fact, make sure that you have everything you need to file that claim. If you can push for some other things along the way, even better. But don't lose it and don't be in a situation where everything feeds off of everything else and it leads to ruining the holiday before you start the holiday. So that's fair. Thanks, everyone. Do we have any final thoughts? We're going around the horn.
It's amazing that baseball is just over, that they're not playing any more games. It's done. It's amazing how that happened.
That is not at all the case. You're just
Like
substituting
forever.
a new reality.
Like forever. Like baseball's
Yeah,
officially
they've
done
just
forever.
called it. They're like, we've done 100+ years. We're done with baseball now.
When the commissioner of the sport actively hates the sport and tries everything he can to ruin the sport, they may as well.
Is it even baseball if there's a pitch clock?
All right, that's fair. Craig, Lonnie, any final thoughts?
Nothing on my end, Captain.
Not that I can think of.
Perfect. All right. We like to cap off with just some a self-promotion, check out stackyourpoints.com. That will lead you to the Discord. That will lead you to our website as well as all of our channels, those of us who have channels. Special shout outs to our Diamond members, Rex Spleen, Rupert Pond, Double Animal Fries, AP, Keith, and Mitch528. We did have a number of gifted memberships this past week on the live. However, they were all folks who were previously joined, so no special shout outs this week. I know we've done it in the past, but going forward, if you rejoined, we appreciate you. Welcome back. No double shout out, no double dipping the shout outs. So with that, we'll see you next week. We'll see you on the live. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.